it. Oh, she gon' pop that for a new man. She gon' make it shake for a new man. She gon' make it clap for
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Caden Don. We have a very special Love First podcast episode today. I have my special guest host, Natica, and we have a special guest, Leegit, live from Polk County. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Doing well, bro. Very well. Thanks for having us.
Awesome. Natica, always good to see you again too, as well.
Thank you. Likewise.
Before we get started too, everybody watching this, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Like and comment, helps the algorithms, all that good stuff. Now Leegit, man, we go way back, man. Lakeland, Florida, man.
Wow.
Lakeland, Florida days. How you been, bro?
I've been great, bro. Just working hard, man, and trying to stack it up, man, and more so than money, but more so like relationships, people, meeting. This stacking things together and connecting dots, man, is really what it's about. Moving further, from coming from Lakeland, it's we're far away from where we started, so it's just good to come back and revisit some stuff, talk about where we was at, what we doing now. So it's good to see you, bro.
For sure, man. I mean, coming from a small town in Lakeland, Florida, to doing big things. Like I just recently seen your 2021 was lit, man. Over 5 million streams on Spotify alone. Hey, you just came back from Africa recently too?
Nice.
I just came back from Africa, brother. So I mean, I got to give it to the people because I don't listen to my music that much. They did, so it's all for the people. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate the folks putting me on their playlist, adding me, sharing me, commenting, liking. Like you say, that kind of stuff helps the algorithm. And independent artists, single, like people with not a big team, and they do it, with their fam and their friends and the loved ones that push them and support them. That stuff means the world. But Africa, bro, oh my God, bro. Like when I tell you Africa is everything. I recommend every person to visit Africa, visit the motherland, and see the energy that is just in the air there. I mean, cameras don't do it justice. And it's not, I have to say this first when I speak about Africa. There are a lot of successful people in Africa. There are a lot of successful businessmen, cities. People don't just live in huts and villages and hunt lions and shit. I can't have that, that whitewash of perspective keep filtering out. So I have to continue to say that. But Africa is great. I was in Nigeria to be exact, but for a week and performed two shows, but just meeting and greeting all the people, and it was amazing.
Yeah, that's
awesome. Oh my God.
I was sitting in the studio. I got this African money right here. Look, it look like I got that bread. It's like $30, bro. It's like $30.
That's lit, man.
So this African naira right here.
Nice.
That's
this is the naira.
sick.
So it fluctuates, but 500 naira is like $1. So, but when you over there, though, 500 naira will get you more than we could get for $1 here. So it's like it's stretched.
Okay.
It's definitely a new thing to learn. And they also when you go over there, they don't want old $100 bills. They want the blue strip hundreds. You get more more money for your exchange.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I learned a lot. I got all kind of gifts. Look at this. I didn't even plan to show you this, but it was right here. I got a crocodile bag.
Oh man, that's badass. Oh.
I don't want to Peter to beat me up. But you know what I'm saying? This is a crocodile with the zipper, real nice. So I got all this stuff. So I learned a new language, learned a new just a way to be, way to exist. People with so little have so much enthusiasm, so much life inside of them, and it's just amazing. So that part was just something I can't forget.
For sure. That's fire. I mean, I got to get out to Africa, man. You got to Africa before me. Did you meet any other Kwames?
Exactly, man. But honestly, the time that the travel there, bro, we doing a documentary on my whole experience. So I'm shooting some more. I got to go back my brother, it's not my, you know how we speak, but my brother, he's the prince in the Edo state of Ososo. So me and him, I was his guest coming to the kingdom, and
Right.
he's soon to be king of Ososo. We got to speak that. So no, it's just building and creating. We're working on a studio there, so we're gonna build a studio in Africa for the creatives, for the guys,
Wow.
and the way I came and perform, it's not like I just came and did legit songs. Like it would be a little, for me personally, I was like, nah, I just can't come do my songs. So I collaborated with the local artists there, and we
Wow.
created a song called, and I would mess up the Asoso translation, but in the English translate, it means it's a new dawn. So
Mm.
it's a beautiful song. I learned the native language there from them, and like I'll teach you one word here. So to say thank you in the Asoso language is ogbo.
Ogbo?
Ogba.
Ogbo. Yeah, you say
Ogba.
God.
Ogbo.
A lot of people, they mess up the B and they be like ogbo, but it's ogbo. They
Ogbo.
Yo,
yeah. So
so
I've
special
been learning.
Ogba to everybody watching.
Yeah. Everyone in Nigeria tuning in right now. I know I'm gonna have see. As I was over there, I'm looking at my analytics, and Nigeria moved into my top 10 on countries that listen to
Nice.
my music. So I'm like, okay, these guys listening, they liking it, they sharing, looking me up. So just really one trip, one decision that led to me becoming an international artist more so than just a Florida artist. And that's something that I definitely encourage all of my independent artists to do, is to travel. And right now it's hard to travel with the COVID, with different governments having different, like I went through hell to get there, but it was really, really worth it. I would do it again.
Fire,
But yeah,
fire.
Wow.
we have a whole talk about Africa. It's so much, to talk about helping the people, about, the people helping me, and, just ins- instilling me with more confidence. And, as an artist in America, it's like you have your ups and downs. And once you kind of go through things, like it's the same old stuff. So when you go somewhere new and fresh, and they get the, like you say, the love, like the love first. So it was really nice.
Awesome. Awesome.
Definitely. I don't
Fire.
want to ramble on about it, but I love Africa. Shout out to Nigeria, all
Oh,
my Niger
facts.
brothers and
Fire.
sisters.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of questions for you. I don't want to take up all the time. I'll let Natica kick off a question.
Yeah. So I'm so curious about how you ended up going to Nigeria, like the steps that you got there. But let's
Okay.
start with the most basic. Like, how did you get into music?
Okay. Um, So with music, man, it's something that was around me, and I always been musical from what my family tells me, beating on stuff, drumming on stuff. Like I don't know if me and bro had a class together, but I always got in trouble in school for beating on the desk and doing stuff. So music started in school for me. And I was a football player, so football was my first love, and I did football with everybody. But I wasn't great at football. I was good at football. I could play. I started, but when I did music, I felt exceptional. I felt different. I felt like, oh wow, it's a shock value. It's a good way to release, good way to tell my story, a good way to just express myself. And honestly, when I do music, I can't focus on other stuff. So it puts me in a good area to where I can just like get lost, if that makes sense. Sometimes people that
Yeah.
are lost aren't always, with that, I forget the saying, but so that was really like music kind of attached itself to me. And then once I kept doing it and I seen that I do it at a different level than other people, it gave me more confidence to continue. And then we bro knows, Kate Don knows, we grew up in a time where it was like a very, very different time. So it's like music was changing quickly. I think we had CDs, we had CD players, but it was like real battle rap influence. And now I don't think none of these new artists are battle rap influence. So it's like
Yeah.
a different era of like having bars, and like so now it's like if it sound good, it feel good, there you go. But now before, it was like that time where we was the 90s babies coming into that new era of like having bars, having some stuff, some substance, some content that people relate to. So that was all that was all part of it. But just putting that together, and then for my football team, I made the songs at our high school, and then that propelled me to the next level of I set a goal. I was like, man, I'm trying to get signed. And I thought that was the end all be all. Like back in
Right.
the day, like you get signed, like, oh, you made it. So when I got signed, it was just a whole, like, it shook up my world. Cause like I thought like you seen everything in front of you, but then the business, I learned the whole how to be I learned the music business. The music part is always easy. The business part is always greasy. You feel me? It's always like mess, it's different things. So
Right.
that part was very, very insightful for me. But I got through it. I became an independent artist again. Had to get a good entertainment lawyer to get me out, get out of the situation. But from there, just continue to stay independent, and then I figured out how to create relationships to work with major labels and work with A&Rs and big producers, and put myself independently into those positions. And it's been more successful than locking in with those people. Now, if I do find a good situation, um, I would lock in for sure. But it just has to be beneficial to me as well as the label. And a lot of times, unless you have a lot of leverage in the conversation, it's more so like a one-way street. Like, we offering you this. If you don't want it, continue to be independent. So,
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah,
so
nah,
it's a music business for sure.
yeah. Now I
Yeah,
respect what you
That
said too
sounds
about.
like it's yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely respect that too.
talk to me.
Where you're saying instead of just running for the labels, you know how to work with them, be cohesive, and like you said, if the situation makes sense, you're gonna do this.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you found a way to make money doing it independently. So I think that's important for artists
Yeah,
to hear. Like, get yourself situated so you can say no and yes to something instead of just saying yes to anything.
right.
Um, Before we even dive into
Yeah.
the label situations and what you work with, I'm curious, is there any particular person in your life that inspired you, like, yo, you need to take this music seriously, bro? Like, you gotta take this seriously.
Um, it's crazy is like I like that. I never expressed this in like an interview before, more so like a one-on-one conversation. But it's a lot of people who express like, hey bro, this is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're gonna be big with. This is what you're gonna be famous with. This is your calling to say. So that happened quite a bit. But what I would say that did is that put pressure on me that I've never felt before. Like, it's put me into a situation to where, like, damn, it's like I felt like almost if people were doubting me, I could have had more fuel in my fire. But people were like already thinking I was rich, already thinking I was on when I was
Ah,
younger. So it's like, damn, I feel fake. You feel me? But I know I'm not fake, because if you can look back, and this is me like looking back to it, like, I never was flashy. I never had all the dime. I never did all that kind of stuff. But people already assume I maybe because I'm a white rapper or something that I had money already. So it's just
right.
that part was frustrating. But the I would say the people that really inspired me was my close circle. And we started out rapping together. And I said it in a recent song. I was like, they had what it take, but it's just like the road they took led them astray. It's like they didn't, they had every, I feel, me personally, you know people too, Kwame, like people that have the talent but didn't get to take that road to the promised land. They missed the bus. You know what I'm saying? They became a statistic. So the only thing I did is I kept doing my music. I kept working at it. I kept like, when I got out of high school, it wasn't just a hobby for me. It became my lifestyle. It became like, damn, I don't have nothing. No plan B. Like, this is the only thing I got. So
Mm,
when I took it like that, um, I seen myself separate from those guys, because they were still like, hey man, I work at Publix warehouse all week. Then I rap on the weekend. Like, they didn't say it like that, but basically like you rap on the weekend and you work 9 to 5. So I, even myself, when I had a full-time job, I felt that way. And when I had quit the job, it was like the hardest thing ever, because it's like from zero to hero. You either gonna make it or you gonna go back to working and being a regular. So it's like that was a very pivotal point in my career, in my life, to like, because that year was the worst year, one of the worst years. It was 2018, and I was like, I was doing all my stuff, and I had already got to a point, but it's just like I was working full time and not able to like be a full-time artist, even though everyone thought I was a full-time artist. And that shit was harder than anything almost. So good inspiration, but at the same time, that pressure that you feel from people that's rooting for you and you don't want to let them down.
Yeah. Right. I totally understand that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like, man, what, like, and people always say, hey, don't forget me, man, when you get big. I be like, well, shit, well, don't forget me if I ain't big. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's, it,
Fact.
it go hand in hand.
Great counter answer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't forget me if it ain't big. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't like you telling me don't forget the small people, but you only want me to remember you if I'm big enough to see, bigger than the small people. So, but
Facts.
yeah, it's a lot of life lessons in this stuff. So I'm just trying to learn and I'm still a student of the game. I know a lot, but I know a lot because I've been through a lot. To if I don't know, I'm just gonna repeat the same stuff over and over. So it's more so just trying not to make the same mistakes in this industry and even in life.
Right. Totally. Um, how would you describe the music that you make?
Feel good music and how you feel music.
Mm.
Okay.
So when I say feel good music, it kind of pulls your heartstrings. It kind of pulls your body to feel or change an emotion. Emotional changes can be helpful, can be harmful, depending on your state that you're changing to and coming from. So feel good music is definitely something I rely on. And then how you feel music. At the time, I think music is capturing an emotion, and they say emotions are feelings repeated. So if you repeat a feeling, that becomes, or it gets deep like that. But repeated feelings are emotions, and when you capture those emotions in a record or in a frequency, then it becomes something that you can attach yourself to. And when you like, just like music is just so powerful. When you hear music, it can take you to a place, take you to a time, take you to a feeling.
Oh,
Um,
totally.
you can smell it, see it, feel it. So just knowing that those frequencies that we put together, even our voice being a frequency, the beat, the pattern, the rhythm, just everything together just becomes something special. And that's a part that I love about it. Like nothing you can build a house, but it's not the same as building a record and like what that record could be. So
Yeah.
that the architecture and that is fun.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I'm kind of
totally.
curious too, what is your creative process, when it comes to the music? Everybody's different. Like, me personally, like I think most of my music, I wouldn't say like freestyle, but it's more like in my mind, and then I'll just kind of like do the song in increments. Or some days, especially if it's like a deep track or something, then I'll just, write it out and go record. So I'm kind of interested with the music that you do. Like, what is your creative process like?
Okay. Um, I like that's a good answer, and I know you can relate to this, but I would say this right here to let our viewers know. Sometimes it's a spill, and sometimes it's a pour. So when I say spill, I mean sometimes it just come out. I can't control it. We just go in the studio. It'll be play a beat, and I'll have words for it. When it's a pour, I physically got to pick up that cup and get it out of me. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like those are more like writing sessions. And like for instance, I'm in the studio these past 3 days, locked in, recording, and then it's this song that I'm working on. It's called Heart Away, and it's an intimate song. It's like I can't get my heart away. The doctor said I can't live without it. So it's like a little melody, a little cool, but it's like a whole bunch of people is in the room, and he pulled it up. He's like, "Yeah, brother, let's work on." I'm like, I love this song, but I can't work on it right now. Not all this energy in the room, all these people in the room. This is too intimate, and I don't know these people well enough to be intimate enough with them around. So that was one thing. Like that was another. I'm seasoned enough as an artist to know that the old me would have been like, shit, let's do it, bro. Let's try it. And then it wouldn't have came out where it could have been. So just knowing how you feel and like what records are the best for that feeling. Like if you feeling up, you feeling good, you don't, and then they put on the slow song. It's like down that mid tempo, that up tempo beat, something like that would have catered to your spirit better. So that part, just catering to how I feel and then capturing that moment. But like sometimes I gotta if I care about it, I sit down and I write it. But sometimes if it's not flowing out, I'll just move to the next thing that draw me to it really.
Mm. Yeah.
That's amazing. Like what you said, some things you spill, some things you pour. Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, you just blew my mind because like I know what you mean and I've always had trouble putting that into words, but that
Until
describes it perfectly.
Perfect.
yeah.
Perfect.
And also like knowing your strengths when you're in the studio and like knowing when it's just not the right time, like
Yeah.
that's also incredibly important. And it comes with experience.
That and having people like for one, like creative people around you to where it's a judge-free space. Like you could say some crazy off the wall shit. Or like I tell everybody excuse me, in my session, like say like if you have an idea, please say it, even though if it's not the idea that's gonna make the song, it could spark it, or could you could say
Right.
something to make me think of something that could be it. So we flow. It's a free flowing idea environment. So that's key to have that, and also no yes men. I don't like to have yes men around. If it
Right.
don't sound good, if it's not, if it ain't it, like then we gotta talk about it. So, but most of the time it's like people have a vision, and as long as you can hit that target and it come out how you like, it's what it is. But like you say. Nah,
Yeah.
I try to spill and pour,
Yeah.
all of our life into these lyrics and words and everything we need to do for these listeners, man. It's all about, and we dealing with people's opinions. So that's the hardest thing about music, is everything is opinionated.
Yeah.
Even what you used to like, what you like now, it's changing. It's different. But you grow, you listen to different people, different genres, different languages. So it's like you got to capture the moment and capture the people while you can, because these
Yeah.
people attention spans are at an all-time low. They the lowest it's
Yeah.
uh,
Pandemic brain.
yeah, 2 seconds. You got about 2 or 3 seconds to capture a fan or capture someone. And
Yeah.
actually, not even a fan. They're not fans first. You got to capture a listener. Then you got to funnel them into a fan. Then you got to funnel them into a customer. And after they become a customer, hopefully they can repeat that. Listen, fan, customer. Listen, fan, customer.
Yeah. It's exhausting. I mean, like several years ago, I read this book called How to Make It in the New Music Business by Ari Herstand, and like everything that he writes in that book is just so valuable, but it's also incredibly overwhelming as someone who wants to start out as an independent artist.
Yeah.
So everything you're saying right now is like, yeah, you got to do that, but you it's a struggle.
Right. I agree. They say the music industry was made up by entertainment lawyers. So they put it together to where it's not easy for independent artists to roam. There's no roaming free. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know the loopholes. Know, oh well, you gotta put it through this person, and then it's so relationship and like personality and personal. So, but yeah,
For
who
sure.
you
Yeah.
know. And also people always say this, they be like, it's all about who you know. And I'm like, that's not true, because I know a lot of people. It's all about who knows you. Because if you know somebody,
Mm,
if you can't get them on the phone,
yeah.
they don't matter. You feel what
Right.
I'm saying, bro. Like it ain't about who you know, it's about who knows you. You know what I'm saying? If they respond to that text message, if they hit you back, you know what I'm saying? It's like it matters. So because there's a lot
Right.
of people I know, like I don't met some people, but that don't mean they know me. So
Hmm.
Right, that's so true.
Yeah.
And speaking of knowing and not knowing people, is there anyone you know or you would like to know to like collaborate with, like in the future?
oh, man. I I don't usually name drop. I don't have no names off the top of my head. Honestly, not trying to be like, but I don't know artists I want to collaborate with. Probably some R&B female R&B artists. Um, it's a couple of people. The girl, it's a lot of Nigerian artists I'm working with. Davido is one. So I'll say Davido or Davido from West Africa. He's
That's
the
cool.
man over there. So I remixed one of his songs, and when I was in Nigeria, and they started sending it to him and stuff. So we're getting some traction, and
Nice.
it's cool. Like it's a it's like it's millions of people. I would say billions, but millions of people there, but they are connected. Like you'll never believe. Like this person knows this, and then oh yes, it's like New York all over again in Nigeria.
It's the
Everybody in
six
New York.
degrees of separation.
Hey, I love 6 degrees, and it'll be 5 degrees as soon as everybody gets on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I feel like it's getting smaller. LinkedIn is trying to connect us up, but not 6 degrees of separation. You could be shaking anybody. President Obama, Jay-Z, Beyonce hand. you only 6 people away, and that's the most powerful thing.
That's
Like it's not easy now. Don't believe it's not easy, but it is possible, and that's the light at the end of the tunnel. It's like, wow, I could shake this person's hand, and they right there with this person. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So now
I'm
I'm
glad you
curious,
said
right?
that.
Now I'm curious, right? Because
Talk
you
to
know,
me,
with your videos and your performances, you bring a lot of energy, you know. So I want to know what is your best performance experience and also your worst performance experience.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, I'll start with the best. Uh, Actually, which one should I start with? What's the best?
It's up to you. It's up to you.
Okay, I said I
Save the best for last. How about that?
bet. Okay. So my worst show. Wow, I'm trying to think. I had a lot of shows that suck. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I think. Okay, so it's a tie. It's a tie right here. So I performed at this stadium, right? And it was a football game, and everybody on the home side. Now this is funny. I gotta be honest. Everybody on the home side, they knew me, so they supporting me or whatnot. Are we allowed to cuss on here?
We try
I'm
not
not
to,
sure
you
if
know.
I cussed yet.
Nah, you.
Okay, yeah, I'm just everybody was. I was about to say it was messing with everybody knew me on the home team side. But as I perform, you know, you're taught work the stage, work the crowd. So I go to the away side. And they weren't feeling me over there, dog. They what man, crack, I don't know what man, get your ass up back over there side, crack. Like it's Florida. So it wasn't offensive to me, but I was like, damn, they mad because I think their football team was losing, and then I was over there talking about our team. Like it was a little fun. It was funny, but so that's one where they was selling me out pretty hard, and it was
Quick
like,
question.
talk
Were
to me.
you performing in your uniform?
No.
Okay.
I was a halftime show. I was booked as the halftime show.
Oh.
It was in Lakeland. It was in my city, but the team that they were playing, they don't care about Leegit. They don't give, you know what I'm saying? They don't care about it. So as I was singing it, I don't even know the song, but as I came over to that side, I just remember them selling out like, well, Cracker, we don't care what is it what it. So I was just laughing. The other show I think it was in Tampa, and then it was I would say it was one of my worst performances because it's like it was a what Kwame what K excuse me, what do they used to call those things at the crowbar? It's like a cipher, not a cipher, but it's like basically rappers come out and it ain't even no fans there. It's just like a whole bunch of artists and then the artists perform. You know what I'm saying? I
Oh,
can't, it's basically a cipher.
yeah,
Oh, it's like an open mic night and they
yeah,
get to
open
come.
mic basically.
Yeah, so there you go. So I performed at the open mic and it was just like the deadest show ever because like everybody, like every time you perform at this kind of event, it's just like people standing there watching you. And it ain't nothing. But what it does do, I would say, is it makes you like become a better performer. Cause like if you can perform through people that don't like give a fuck or don't care about you and they just sitting there waiting on their homeboy to go up next or something like that it builds character performing. But those two are like some of the worst performances I had. Like just performing for rap, like it ain't no fans there, just rappers watching rappers. And then when it was some people not feeling me like that. But I would say I've had more good shows than bad shows. So it works out for me.
For sure.
Um matter of fact, I had one show and nobody showed up. It was me and Mulatto, and it was a long time ago. Before Mulatto was big.
Oh,
I think the show was in Valdosta, Georgia,
mm-hmm.
and it was the promoter birthday. And at this point in my career, like a lot of times the artist might get blamed, but sometimes it's the promoter, you know what I'm saying, that don't promote the event like they should. Cause I know I got fans there. I know people was like, hey, when you doing a show here? And then the promoter was a one-man wrecking crew. He did it by himself. So me and Mulatto, me and Mulatto showed up. It was just me and Mulatto there. When the promoter was there. So that event got canceled. So that's when I didn't even perform. She didn't perform. Only thing I didn't do is we was at the radio station earlier and I was like, man, we'll take a picture later when we get fresh. But by the time we came to the event, we was like, everybody just left and we didn't get to flick it up. So that's but anyway, the good performance now,
Yeah,
the
the
good
best
show.
one, yeah.
The best performance. The best performance I had, I was younger, I would say, and the only reason why I hold it so close and dear to my heart is because it was in Lakeland, and it was the Dream Festival for the Martin Luther King. Just actually, it was probably the anniversary because Martin Luther King was the other day. But it was literally the whole city there, and I had a song called "Bend and Get It," and like the whole crowd was doing the dance. Like probably like 3,000-4,000 people at one time.
Wow.
it was it was cool, and I performed like 3 or 4 songs, and like every song they knew all the words to, and that was like, as an artist, that's the most powerful thing, is when you perform and the people know the words. Like even in Africa, that's okay, I put Africa up there too, because when listen, my travel was so crazy. I flew 36 hours, not on purpose, but our flight changes. We had 36 hours of flying. I
That's a
got to
long time.
that's like almost uh that's 3 days, 24, yeah, 3 days of flying. Not on purpose though, it's because flight cancellations, flight changes. So then there was immigration issues with the website in Nigeria. So I got detained and my passport taken for 9 hours. So
Oh.
they tried to deport me.
Oh, yeah.
I put my white ass back. So that was crazy. And then so the roads in Africa are not what they need to be. They need to be maintained, and we need to help fix them and get them correct. But the federal highways look like a back road from back in, you feel me, like the most terrible back dirt road. So the trip from the airport was supposed to be 6 hours. Okay, um, the road was so bad it took us 11 hours to get there. 'Cause
Ugh.
we didn't have a big truck, and it was like we in a car, and it's like, so that was but this is why it's one of my favorite shows. The people knew every word to the song I did, and then the show started at 7 p.m. and these folks waited till 3 a.m. for me. They were out,
That
all the people out
is
there were out there.
wow.
Some people probably took it home. They was like, man, it's late, But when I got out the car and there was 20, 30 people waiting for me, everybody coming, walking up, legit, what, hello, welcome to Africa, welcome to Nigeria. It was just like amazing. Like everybody kept all my American friends, they was all talking about Eddie Murphy and Coming to America. So I'm like, I need to remix it and call it Leaving America and Coming to Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we might have to call the documentary that, but so that's another thing. But I would say that the Africa show and then the show where I did it at Lakeland, where all my family and friends was there, was pretty special.
Yeah, that's fire. That's fire.
But as an artist though, you still gonna have it's gonna be some rough shows ahead. It's gonna be some great shows ahead. So I really like doing my own events to where I can kind of control the crowd. I can, people that are there are really there to see me. So it's a more organic event than having somebody like I've done a lot of shows where I perform on the Beat Fest when I perform with Megan Thee Stallion, the baby, all them, and those shows are great. And you're gonna have like maybe out of the crowd, 300-400 people know you out of like 3,000 or 4,000 maybe. So you get the small interactions, but when they come to see someone, and you just add it on, it's not really the same feeling. So it's like
Right.
you are extra basically. You are opening act. So that's something that's not as fun. But when you are the main event, it's a lot more pressure, to get the people in the door and at your event. But it's real beneficial to when you do it that way.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My guys.
So, so my next question too is, I feel like when we first started doing music, we kind of like figuring out like the internet's role in the music game. I felt like you actually were someone that capitalized really well on that. So how would you say like the internet has impacted your music business?
Oh man, it's made me it's made me bigger than local. The internet has. That's the easiest thing to say. But like you say, um, I've always been a tech guy. Like I always love technology. I always love figuring out, what are people making next, and how is this stuff able to affect, able to help, able to make it easier. So it's like MySpace was one of our first tools we put together. That we put together with like, oh, music in MySpace, we could do it. So
Right.
making a background, putting your top eight together, putting some
Oh my
maybe
god, throwback.
yeah, so having your music, what I'm saying, on the page and being able to get played and like And then you learned HTML coding because you had to make your background. It wasn't no like blank
Yes.
stuff. You have whatever. So you learn in code. It's like, so that was our first introduction, even to the point where like when Facebook came around, I'm like, man, I don't want to fool with Facebook, man. It's plain Jane. You can't even put your music on it. Like,
Right.
so it was, but it turned out the simplicity of it is what we was really, trying to get to. So, but just learning that part and then continuing that to YouTube. Okay, so YouTube was popping next for me. It was MySpace and then YouTube, and just start uploading. And I remember I did a freestyle in front of my friend's backyard, in my friend's backyard on this patio, and it went for us, it went viral. I don't know how. I took it off YouTube. I didn't want my old stuff like this floating like that, so I took it down. Some people got like they stole it, but I just put it private. I'm like, man, it's like sometimes let that be for the documentary. I don't need people still being able to find that. So we like that. So that was one of the first times I think it was I hate this quote unquote a viral moment for me. Like
Right.
it was something where it spread around pretty easily. So that, and then from YouTube, of course, Facebook came around and Facebook marketing, where you used to tag thousands of people and this. So I got out of that. Then I wish I was around. I wish I had like when YouTube was around, I had a song called "Bend and Get It." So YouTube was really like helpful with that because people were doing dances, uploading their own versions. I did a tutorial on YouTube, so it's like showing people how to do the dance, and then from there, it was all organic. I didn't pay for marketing. I didn't do anything but use the internet. And back then, I believe it was a little more pure because it wasn't algorithm based. It wasn't all
Right.
based. It was all like, hey, we want people to get on our website just as bad as you want them to see you. So it was more so the
It's more
foot,
organic.
or yeah, the feed was more it was pushed better. So that's my opinion. But um so moving from there, they got TikTok, Instagram, all this stuff started rolling out, and it's just like if I could have capitalized on like, you know how you gotta have hindsight and look back like, dang, I wish this came out when that was popping because I could have used this. And just how it's so easy and accessible for people to like reach our music and get, before we passing out CDs outside the club and going to Tampa and thinking we making a big splash in the bucket because we in Tampa. It's the biggest city next to us, and we like, having the DJ play our song at the end of the club, and like, or standing next to the DJ all night long to hear him play your song at the end of the club. Like it was just, it's a lot of stuff we went through, but technology has always been like a helper. It's always been a factor that helps for me. And then now I'm learning like it's apps where you can message your fans. Like I'm trying to get away from the social media. I'm trying to get directly to them. So if you're off the phone, if you off your Instagram, you off all this stuff, I lose you as a follower. I lose you as a customer. So if
Right.
I get in your phone, I'm working with some companies. I don't. I think I'll say the name. It's a company called Community, and they basically you're able to capture all your fans' data, and you're able to use it to communicate with them. Like if my fans like, say if I have whatever today is the 18th, if I have 10 fans' birthdays on the 18th, it's automated to send them happy birthdays from Leegit.
Oh, that's so sweet.
But it's
Yeah.
but it's a text message, so it's more authentic than you know uh, Facebook or whatever it could be. So that kind of stuff is the new wave of technology. And then I'm still trying to catch up and wrap my head around all the NFT junk, all the stuff
Oh
that's
God.
it's like
Yeah.
it's a lot. It's a lot. So it's almost like you gotta become like, you think you know shit, and then like you find out, oh, new shit coming. I gotta learn this shit now. So it's like, if you're not a student of the game, you'll fall behind quick. Just like, even you send it like this Zoom stuff right here, bro. Like we used to Skype. You remember Skype? We used to,
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
but not like
Ooh. Oh my God.
now we having, what I'm saying, now we having our whole like interview here, and we in all different places and all different.
Right.
So this is just another thing. So as long as the internet is undefeated though, so don't get on the internet bad side. Just try to use it as a
Right.
tool, that's all I would recommend to people and the artists as well.
Yeah, now that you mentioned Community, it actually, like, I do remember, I know about that company because I recently signed up for you know, Issa Rae, the creator of Insecure,
Yeah,
she started a new initiative with Google to help fund female music creators and
there you
like
go.
help them fund like an EP. And I signed up for it because I was like, oh, cool, I want to see what this is about. And I got a text from community and I was like, okay, whatever that is. But
Yep.
yeah, like now that rings a bell. But yeah, it's amazing how the internet can be such a valuable tool for you to connect with your fans. And man, like it makes me think about that day where Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp was down and like we were all screwed for like half a day, you know?
Right.
Like
It
what
makes you
happened to you?
it made me your game plan. Like you got it. Like if I lose this, like where can I really stand financially with my followers, like my business? Like it puts you in, it puts it in a perspective of how valuable it is, but at the same time, you need a secondary plan to still access these people. Because it's
Right.
not like the people don't exist anymore. It's just that the route that we are usually taking, the easiest path to these people, which is through our phones and through social media, is not
Right.
available. So that takes that opens your eyes to say, hey, capture some data. Like I think probably like 5 years ago, I had one of my personal assistants. He just went through my DM and went through and asked everybody for their email, and they thought it was me, so everybody sent me their email. So now capture their email. I mean, it is me. It ain't like I've sold. I'm not. I couldn't ever sell. That would be terrible. But don't like. You got to be careful about data capturing because people sell information, of course. But no,
Right.
now I just have. If I say I have a new song, new link, I can blast, email blast, and artists, please don't email blast all the other people so they can see who else gets the email. Make it look personal. Like
Oh yeah.
send it to yourself and then CC everyone else, blind copy everyone else, BCC everyone, whatever you need to do. But yeah, that's what CC and BCC stand for in the email. If you guys don't know what our tech talk, learn how to email. Learn, yeah, exactly. Learn how to
How to
email
email
people.
for
You know
real.
what I mean? Learn how to like function. That's the talk. Like I swear, I rather text you. I rather be, regular, but emailing is where the business is handled. You know what I mean? So these days, so
You're
definitely.
giving us amazing advice. Like I feel
Oh,
like I should be paying for this.
no, man, it's all. K the Don done paid for it with his years of experience, man. He been down. I know, bro, for at least 10 years. At least 10 years ago, I know him. That's
Beautiful.
crazy to say out loud.
Yo, for real.
Yeah.
That's really crazy.
Seeing the growth
But
is
yeah, just
amazing
learning.
too. Like that's the biggest thing. Like seeing the growth from start, to where you at now, and then it's a
Yeah,
lot more to go too. You know what I'm saying? So now I
it,
respect that, and
it
you know what
is.
you're talking
You
about.
only one song away, bro.
Mm-hmm.
One song away from everything you want, bro. And you never know what it could be. That's the cool thing about it. But um, it's I don't know, bro. As an artist, it's a roller coaster ride. Like, and a lot of times it's like once you get up to the top and you on your way down, it's hard to find that the energy and to climb back up. So just continuing that. But like you say, work like building those relationships to where people can have you in mind. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to just be, and think everybody gonna come. Like nobody's gonna come to you with opportunities unless you have created that relationships. And it like when opportunities come to me, I I think of the first person you think of is like the person in contact with like think about this. Me and you talk right now, and the next thing I come with something like, hey bro, I just talked to this artist. They want to fool with you because we just talk. We just been what I'm saying we've been working together. So it's like um out of sight, out of mind. So I just try to stay in sight. That way I can stay on minds. It's like being in that role. Like for instance, just me building a relationship with Rock Nation. So I went on tour with Rail Carter. He's the A&R Rock Nation, and then sticking with bro. I almost signed to Rock Nation. I went through all the negotiations, entertainment. We got to a point, we stopped, but I still kept messing with my guy. I kept fooling with bro. So from that, we did a Netflix movie, and I got my song placed in the movie on Netflix.
Nice.
And then it became
Fire.
like a video game. But it's a I like to describe it as one of the first black superhero movies, like a kid movie. It's a superhero movie with Jadakiss is the actual superhero.
Oh,
Gabrielle Union, Fat Joe, like it's a lot of people in it, and
yeah.
just me being capable and able, and like me and him working together, and he know that you know, I can make songs. Like it's so being able to make music. And I had this particular record, and it was called Magic. And the song wasn't for the movie, but they heard it. They were like, okay, can you remix it? So I remixed the whole song and basically made a version just for the movie, and did a publishing deal, did a deal to where, you know, for 5 years I can't put out the other song, but now I got a whole song in a Netflix movie, distributed, like and that song is like a national, like like a universal song. It's everywhere. Like I look up like Shazams from Australia, China, like people watching the movie and like, what song is this? So it's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, so that kind of stuff, like it's just from having good relationships and talking, to people, and like almost it's hard though, because a lot of people in this industry are surface level. So I would say just like building relationships is like almost, I like to build relationships and don't ever ask for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want to ask you for anything
Mm-hmm.
until like we get to a point to where it's a mutual benefit. It's like in the beginning of relationships, I don't know. It's different with every person, but it's just like for this instance, I never asked like, hey, bro, hook me up with a movie. It was just like, hey, it came into his plate and he passed it along, and I was able to execute. Now I think bro got some bread too, for finding me. He got his finder's fee. So it's just like everybody could win once you get the right pieces to the puzzle, I say. But yeah,
For sure.
it's awesome to just.
So I have like a question, a flip side on relationships, right? Because like you said,
Okay.
networking and building, but like, what about like I feel like artists, especially like us, right? Where we started from a certain place, we moved up, we still have aspirations of higher, but then you kind of have the old people that didn't necessarily do what they need to do to keep going. Like like we had to keep grinding. We believed ourselves when no one else did. We kept going.
Yeah.
And now some of the older people are like, oh, you're Hollywood, this and that. So how do you react to that? What's your advice to other artists going through that? Because that's real.
I mean, it is real. It is real. But honestly, man, that Hollywood stuff I feel like it's just it's jealousy and hate at the same time. It's just like almost like that feeling. It's envy. It's envy. Like, and the thing is, nobody ever say it to me disrespectfully. They'll be like, "Oh, bro, you Hollywood, nah, bro, you doing it big." Like, man, like I read through your sarcasm. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I correct them. Like, first thing I gotta say is, bro, ain't nothing Hollywood. If I was Hollywood, you wouldn't see me right here by you, if around you. So that's the first thing that kind of dead it. But then the second thing is just like, bro, it's like how and Hollywood is just a phrase, but like I really feel it when I'm in LA. Like people talking about you Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like well, I'm just saying like, um, what can I say? The best thing is just to like, if you break shit down, if you break it down right in front of them, like, hey, bro, I had goal. I came from here. I did this. It got me here. It got me to this. I got me here. This shit ain't promised tomorrow.
Yeah.
You
Right.
talking about Hollywood? I'm changing my surroundings, changing my environment to better myself. What can you say about, what I'm saying? So it's just like, not everybody deserves that either. Not everybody deserves that reply. But for people that actually you care about, that you would care to explain it to, you know what I'm saying? And they just want to be a slick. Like a lot of times it just be slick talking shit. So
Yeah.
unless it's like really like they have feelings that you not being real. So I take it as when you say you being Hollywood, it's like you almost fake. Like, are you not real?
Mhm.
'Cause it's not like, but it's just like everybody. If I take off my shoes and give you my shoes, and you would walk right here where I'm at. You would take these steps. You know what I'm saying? So it's just really like being selfish enough for your success.
Yeah.
Selfish enough, because a lot of people like they gonna, oh, bro, you don't care about it. Like I especially when we become grown, like we grown people. Like if I do anything for a grown man, it's for out of the love. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to do anything for another grown man. You don't everybody, you know what I'm saying? So it's like people that don't value that, they just not for you. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody who do something for me and we grown and it's out of love, eventually I'm gonna make sure I repay you, whether it be a good karma, whether it be love, whether it be some opportunity. It's just, you got to continue to bless those who bless you. So that's how I just continue with that, really.
Yeah,
If that
that's super real. Because one of the things that kind of surprised me, like achieving success, because you always hear like when you get successful, you get money, you change. So I'm very spiritual, so I try stay humble and watch for these things. But
yeah.
the thing that shocked me the most was like the more success you get, you start realizing other people change. You think it's like the person with it that be changing when it's really
Yeah.
everyone else. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
A lot of times it's other people changing because you have changed what you come from. Like you changed your life. And
Yeah.
not to say you changed, the person might not have changed, but what you have done is you have taken yourself out of the environment that they are used to you being in. So
Mhm.
with that being said, it's like they start changing. For one, they want what you have. If they don't have success, they want some kind of success. It might not be exactly your success, but your uncle want to start a car wash. Your grandmama, she want to start the cookie business. Everybody want, just to be exact, those are the examples, but everybody wants some success when you have your success. So it's like finding I like to help people. So it's like investing into people and working with people is only way we get better, only way we grow. So it's just like those certain type of people like that change on you and expect things. Like the people with their handouts, like two of my friends, they play in the NFL, and the best advice they ever gave me, because they was already millionaires. They been millionaires. I'm like, we was out to dinner. And that's another thing, just having people that are in a winning in a position, but you only talk to them for advice. Like they just would give me and they said the best thing to learn how to do is to say no. And
Mhm.
that's hard. It's hard because the
Yeah.
the real people come out when you say tell them no. If we just continue to say yes every time, even your children, every time your kids want to buy something, get yes, yes, go get it. You can here go 20, here go 30, here go. Every first time you say no, you see a whole new reaction. You see a whole new person. You see I would say your true colors. But so with that being said, people change around you, but you already know the first thing that came with Jay-Z. Jay-Z said, I ain't tried as hard to stay the same. You talking about I
Mhm.
changed. I ain't tried as hard to stay the same. So it's just, those kind of lyrics are just are made for that type of situations. You gotta change to grow. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
you gotta change.
totally.
You'll be a seed all your life. How you gonna be a flower and you a seed? How you gonna be a tree? And they don't want
Right.
you to grow. They don't want you to like changing is a part of growth. So if you
It
telling
is.
me you don't change, aka hey, don't grow, you know, and that don't sound healthy for you. That don't
Mm-mm.
sound
Right.
good for you.
Yeah,
So that's just how I play it
for
for sure.
real.
Totally, like, I totally understand. Like, it makes sense, you know?
I'm gonna be a seed all my life. I'm trying to be a tree. I'm trying to bear some fruit. You know what I'm saying? I can't bear no fruit if they let me they want me to be a seed. You know what I'm saying? I'm a sunflower seed. Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
we got the
It's
quotes
like that.
today, man. We gotta put these on some shirts, man.
Oh
Hey,
my God, like so many great sound bites, man. Just like,
hey, I hope we can use them, man. We could go viral. Well, you know,
For real.
nah, man, I gotta write these down. I'm glad we recording.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Play
yeah.
it back, write it down. Yeah, let me get a find this one. um, so if there's anything you could change about the music industry, what would it be?
Ooh, I would change artist streaming royalties.
Oh,
Oh,
thank you. yes.
Cause I'm tired of people be like, bro, you got a million streams. I'm like, bro, that ain't $1 million, bro. Like,
no, fuck. I've been trying to
stop.
say
People,
that.
people outside looking in. If you say a million anything, they think you got $1 million worth of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm waiting on my plaque. I wish I got my plaque for this interview. I could show y'all, but I'm waiting on my plaque for the project I did called the Wet Tape. It's over 11 million streams now. So I was like, I want to get a plaque. I didn't want to do 11 is my favorite number. It's my alignment number. So I
Okay.
see 1111 every day on the clock. So it hit 10 million. I'm like, nah, let me wait till that bitch hit 11 because I just want 11. When I put it in my studio here, I want it to be 11. So
Yeah.
I'm waiting on that. So, but I don't know, bro. It's different.
It's crazy
Do you
because
have music on Bandcamp?
Say
Oh,
it
I'm so
again.
sorry. Do you have music on Bandcamp?
Oh my goodness. I've had music on Bandcamp since 2010, but I
Wow.
don't anymore. It's all old music. It's all like now I have a good relationship with TuneCore. Um since I've had like a good amount of streams with them, they're very good at helping me they gave me like an account advisor. I talked to
Wow.
like one of their marketing reps now, so they help me with they send me party packs like for the summer. They like with their stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I just rep the stuff, and then I also have them, they manage my publishing. So they help me collect and all my revenues and stuff like that. So it's still a lot of money. Like a lot of artists, they might not know this. It's so many ways to get paid from one song, whether it be sync licensing, whether it be mechanical royalties, digital royalties, even different kinds of syncs, like digital syncs, like different things. So it's just
Right.
learning all these different ways to be paid, and then doing your paperwork so you can receive it. Because there's this thing, I don't know how to, let me see if I can say it the right way, and hopefully somebody, if I'm saying it wrong, will correct me. But um, there's like a black box. So when I say a black box, it's like, so all of these people who don't claim it's either publishing or royalties, they don't claim it. It goes to the majority artist. So like the stuff that's not claimed is like goes in, I say a black box because this is like a think about like it goes off to the side, and then these artists that it actually is, they don't claim it, they don't have the paperwork. So the from my understanding, it goes to like the Drake, the Nicki Minaj, the bigger artists, the biggest artists that are it gets goes into their folding because no one claims it. So it goes from the unclaimed to the majority basically. And like that kind of stuff is just crazy because it's like
Yeah.
people leaving money on the table just because they don't know the business. And it,
Yeah.
even if you perform, like say if I was performing right now on this Zoom interview with us, I
Mhm.
could get a sync royalty and a performance royalty if I
Right.
record it and I send it into ASCAP, or I have ASCAP.
Right. 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 Right.
But that kind of stuff, like it's just the game is sold, not told. And the more people that know the game, the less people can sell, the less people can get over, swindle, and so it's just for me, it's being like you say, reading those books. I have that one book you said earlier on Audible,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
just like teaming up with like people in the industry that know, like it's hard to get advice like think about it. If you go to the gym and the skinniest dude in the gym is trying to tell you how to get muscles and be a bodybuilder, you're like, bro, what the fuck? You skinny as fuck. How, how's that gonna? But because you want real advice. So when the swole dude come up to you and you're like, hey, bro, do that shit 10 times. You come over here, hit this press, get you
Yeah.
right. You can be like, all right. So it's just like you want the advice from somebody who's really doing it. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
want advice
Yeah.
from people who have had that success. So it's me like, and this is the hardest thing is to get around those people that are. So I find two things. I find they're hard to get around, and then when you do get around, they've already had enough success to where they're not as hungry as you. They're not like, it's almost like you gotta find somebody hungry and willing, because once like you find somebody who's already made their millions and set up like, or they already in the family, it's not the same hunger you got from coming from zero to hero. It's like they already where you trying to get to, and it's like they can show you some things, but it's like unless you experience it, it's things that they can't tell you everything because what you go through is so different. Like even if say if me and bro have the same path, if we do the same exact things, it's not gonna work as us being different artists. Like we have to do different things as different artists. So it's like the paths we take is like our own path, really. But
Yeah.
so just
Yeah.
learning that part, because what worked for other artists didn't work for me, and I had to like experiment, chew the meat and throw away the bone. Just take what's good for me and get rid of the rest.
Yeah.
Right.
But this is going good, guys. Appreciate the good questions.
Yeah.
Oh
No, for
yeah,
sure.
it's been amazing.
I want to take a
Easy.
moment because y'all let Natica go.
Um, let me see. So, what's next for you?
Um,
Sure.
Next, so I have a series I'm working on called Long Story Short.
Mm.
And the long story short is more so, I want to be able to get music out and like at a rapid release is what I'm looking for. So with each, I've created one so far, long story short one, and it's 3 songs on each project. So with these 3 songs, I'm able to like collaborate with a producer, collaborate with an artist, collaborate with a genre, collaborate with even an executive producer if I just want somebody in the studio when I'm making all this stuff. So just having an outlet basically. So I'm working on Long Story Short 2. I've done the music, and then the next thing that I'm working on for Long Story Short 2 is instead of doing 3 videos for the 3 songs, I'm doing 1 movie and then adding the music to that, scoring it with the music and then dialogue and everything. So different way to put it out, but I'm experimenting. Like I say, what works for the other artists might not work, but it's like a trial and error until you find what's working and you continue and perfect it. So that's next on my list. I have half the movie shot, and I have to go back to shooting probably in February and finish up some shots, and then we got all the editing to do. So that'll be fun. So that's on the to do list. I'm going back to Africa. That's on the to do list.
Fire.
Um, and also I just got done with probably like I did like 10 songs in no 11. I did actually 11 songs in 3 days. So now I got to mix and master this new song.
Nice.
So it was a good flow. Like we was spilling out everywhere. I was spilling out our lyrics instead of pouring them that night. We poured up. We poured up so we could spill out. You know what I mean? It go like that. But no, so just mixing, mastering those records. And right now it's like building up my ammo, consistently building more of my catalog. Like, and also now that I've had so much music over my career that I'm able to go back in my catalog, revisit these songs that never made it out, use that, take that verse, mix that hook, make it into something brand new, sample my
That's
own stuff.
awesome.
um that's just having like enough content to do work with and play with and use. So that stuff is something I'm still working on, but just going. And also I want to start a podcast called, or not a podcast but a YouTube show called IT Easy. I'm working on it right now, but it's tech talk. It's about technology and music, and like we're gonna do cool stuff like how to teach your dad how to use an iPhone, like little like how to teach, just like
Beautiful. My
fun,
dad could use that.
exactly. And that's the thing, like everybody could show it to somebody, or like we're gonna do another segment like old people versus technology, where we go to an old a nursing home and we try to get these people to use the phones, like take like pictures and like and then but we're gonna be teaching but with humor. So and then it's gonna be technology reviews and music, and like for instance, I just got a new microphone, my Newman mic, my U87. So
Ooh,
it's
whoa,
when I
nice.
that thing is so sweet. Like I was recording with it this past weekend or this past week, and like I was in the booth the whole time. I was like, let me try this. So I just sat beside the engineer and held the mic and recorded it, and it just sounded glass still. I'm like, I gotta take this microphone. I gotta take it with me everywhere. I can't not be with it. So every studio session, man, I gotta have it now. So, but
That's
it's
awesome.
the best gift I got so far.
For sure. I
That's so
like that too.
exciting.
I like that too because I feel like that's what a lot of artists, especially the day and age that we live in, is to brand yourself in other areas. You know what I'm saying? And the videos and stuff that you're doing, because even the stuff on your Instagram, it shows your personality rather than just having music.
Trying to. I be going through like a phase though. I be like, I go through a phase where I want to be so transparent and like just show people my life, and then I be like putting the blinders up, like get away from me. Why y'all looking at me so much? So it's just like a balance to where like, but um, like at the end of the day, you just gotta have that thick skin that I don't give a fuck. Like this is somebody's gonna love it, somebody's gonna enjoy it, and I just sometimes I overthink and underdo. You know what I mean? I overthink a lot, and even with content, like you say, putting out that funny stuff, showing your personality, it add a layer of like an affection. Like people can feel you better. So I'm continue to do it, but it's just I gotta find your niche. I don't want to try to go full fledged. Oh, here Instagram comedian now, and then you like what about the rap? So it's just like I want to stay true to my art, but
Yeah,
still at the same time express it. So that's it.
Yeah.
definitely.
But
Um,
that's a good one.
so you were on a record label before, so I'm curious, how did you
Mhm.
get to that record label, And then what made you actually want to leave that record label?
Oh, so I've messed with a couple record labels, but the one where I was locked in and like had to get out of the situation was straight out of high school, and it was the probably um the most I've learned in the small amount of time. Like I had to learn quick because like these people were calling me family. These people were like, "Oh, you the next," like, and at this point in time, just to kind of give you like a time setting, the only white rapper that was out was Eminem. It ain't we now we have I would say a plethora of white artists, all kind of white artists. But for instance, this white like it's just maybe Asher Roth and Eminem. So they go to the record label and they sell me basically, and they I have a there was I never told anybody this story I don't think, but there was a bidding war from Island Def Jam, Mercury, and Warner Brother. They was all fooling trying to mess with me. I'm like, okay, this is my dream. Like, it's about to happen. Oh my god, like crazy. So
Yeah.
nah. So, but the person negotiating the deal, he wasn't the best. His name was Maurice Starr. And Maurice Starr is known for putting together New Edition, New Kids on the Block. Um, who else?
Wow.
I mean Bobby Brown. I want to say Backstreet Boys. I don't know if it's Backstreet. I don't think it was NSYNC. But he the boy band guy. So he was a consultant for the label I was signed to. And the thing about him is I mean I'll just say it, bro. He don't do good business. You know what I'm saying? He tried to the CEO of the record label that I was signed to. He gave him advice, being his consultant, saying that I should be managed by him as well. So what Maurice Starr was known for was being the songwriter, being the manager, being the tour manager, being the record exec. So this man got paid 4 or 5 times from one situation every time. So with that being said, he was giving the CEO of the label I was signed to the same advice. Um, and at the time, the CEO's nephew, you might know my bro Rob, my guy Rob, he was with me. But you probably back in the day.
Yeah.
But I met him through the situation and he was my manager. So when we were just sitting in the office one day and they brought this paperwork to me and it was like, here, you gotta sign this. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what you mean? I already signed this record label contract. I already signed the deal. And I was dumb. I was 18 years old. I didn't even have an attorney look at when I signed the record label to the record label. They just gave me $5,000 and I thought I was rich. I was like, yeah, what? 5 racks? I got. But the thing is, I didn't know I had to live off of that money. You feel me? So if I
Like
living
that
off
was your advance?
that was my advance, yeah. When I graduated out of high school, it was a $10,000 advance, but I got $5,000 first, and then the other five when I started making the album. So I got 5,000 up front, but I had to live off of that for like 2 or 3 months. So that was an eye opener because I thought I was just gonna go ball. Like, man, what chain am I about to buy? Like, damn, bitch, I need some good. I need everything. Damn, oh, the J's 300. I got 5,000. I don't care. Like, but nah, that shit lasted 1 week when I noticed, like, oh shit, I done went to the mall and now I got like 3,500. Oh, now I got 2,500. Ooh, oh, I ain't gonna get when the next time I look, then I go talk to the label. Oh, you don't get paid till I'm like, oh man. So that was crazy. But with that being said, as soon as I didn't sign the management deal, they flipped the script on me. Like, and when they flipped the script on me, they breached the contract because they're supposed to provide me with things. So we had the record label had paid this studio probably like $2,000-3,000 to where I can go and record. Just like I got time stacked up. Like I just whenever they don't have a opening, I could just text the engineer like, hey, I'm coming to record and come do a 8-hour block, 6 hour big, it was really nice. Like coming from recording in the closets in the studio, like in somebody's bedroom, and not having this studio, like I can go record just because I have an idea. Oh wow. So that right there after I didn't sign the contract, I tried to go to the studio and they was like, nah. I'm like, what? I'm like, what you mean? They're like, nah, you the record label called and said that you no longer allowed to use that time. And that's when I was like, okay, this shit like And then he was like, I should have never called that cracker family. I should, because it was the record, you know what I'm saying? They was like, I brought him in my family. All right. I'm like, bro, just because I didn't sign your management contract, because let me just tell you this. Any artist or anybody listening, if the CEO of the record label wants to be your individual manager, the conflict of interest there.
Conflict.
You feel me? There's a conflict of interest because the CEO of the record label has his record label's best interest, while your manager is supposed to be not connected to that record label, but your best interest, the independent, interest of you. So with that being said, when I didn't sign it, they true colors came. And then my guy, Rob, he thought I was doing him dirty. He thought I was like talking with them, like trying to get him out of, like boot him out of the picture. And I'm like, nah, bro, I don't know shit about this. Like they popped it on my desk while he had walked away, and they came and popped it on my desk and tried to get me to sign it real quick. And when I didn't sign it, I'm like, damn, it's like everybody attitude changed, and I never went back. And then I finally had to get an entertainment lawyer I think he was New Jersey or New York. I was definitely up top, but I think he was from New York. Got me out of this situation, and then what was it? He tried to sign me, and he tried to get me it was the weirdest thing. Kwame, he said, I had a record, the dance record, the Bend and Get It record, and it was still kind of bubbling, had some feet on it. And he's like, hey man, I'll get Webby on it. Let's do it, man. I'm gonna do Webby. I'm like, Webby? And at the time, Webby was like not, I was like, I'm doing Sweet 16, I'm doing kids' birthday parties, like. And I'm like, bro, Webby is not about it's not gonna do a Benny Get It remix with Webby talking about this puts and all that. I'm like, nah, that shit ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like she a savage, like all that, but from there, I just said, we independent. Then I went, and a lot of my friends, they had found out the producers and stuff I was working, so we teamed up, and I created Sclewy. And then from there, I just it's been a lot of people, in and out, just from them, having families and having jobs, and like me building it, me being the only one like still in it. It just show you like you can't get mad at them people, because what I say is like I had all my friends trying to fill in the blanks for my team, for my career, and it gets you to a certain place, but it has a ceiling. You know what I'm saying? You can't get past a certain point, because not to blame those people or point the fingers, but if they knew what to do, we would have already did it. If I knew what to do, I would have already did it to be more successful. But it's more so like being an NFL player with a high school coach. He can only tell you to go watch film and work out so much, but that high school coach ain't never won an NFL game, so he don't know how to win on that level. If he did, we would do it. So like, not to say I didn't have success, but I had success. But the things I was shooting for are still on target for me, because I ain't hit it yet. So that's just what I look at now. But like, you can't point fingers because these people decided to have a family, you can't be upset with them because they gave you their time, they tried. And you got to be a man and recognize it and just see it. So they're my dogs, is my family still, but it's just like, I'm glad we figured out that you're not my manager, or you not my, you just my family, play that role the best, support me the best, instead of like having my career on your shoulders and me wasting time with you. So now I only deal with professionals. Like, I only deal with people who are in this thing all day. Like, it ain't no, I'm at work right now, bro, let me call you when I get on my break and see if I can do this email for you. Nah, bro, like, your job is this. That's how I moved on. So that's been more beneficial, but it's also hard too, because these folks, they taxing you. Yeah. They trying to really, as soon as you, and every person, hey, what's the budget? What's the budget like? So they know how much to charge you. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like you don't tell them the whole budget. You got to be able to, you got to know how to talk to these folks. Got to be able to deal with them, and make, because you don't get what you worth. You get what you negotiate.
Exactly.
So I learned, I got to learn to negotiate, because I ain't getting what I was worth.
Yeah. And that's major jewels you dropped there too. I mean, so many. Like,
so many.
I love
for winding it back for people to understand like the conflict of interest, because a lot of artists get caught up in whether it be their manager or lawyer is connected to the label. No, the label is a business that cares about the business first.
It happened to the Migos, because they lawyer was QC's lawyer. and like that's who they signed to. So I mean, maybe if they negotiated deals, but you got to have your own people to
Mhm.
on your payroll, because
Yep.
whoever pay like on their payroll. That's what they worried about. You know what I'm saying? They worried about they check. They ain't worried about, making sure that you don't get your head chopped off. Shit. Off with his head, they get paid
Exactly.
every
And
time.
another thing that you said that stood out to me was just like you have a successful mentality. I'm about like successful mentalities and seeing how you were accountable that like, look, I had these people in these positions. I thank them for where they got me. We had to maneuver and do this around. Another person that don't have a successful mentality be like, oh, this is your fault. I didn't get there. I could have done it. Like, you're so
Right.
stuck in your fault instead of moving forward
Yeah.
how they need to, and then keeping good relationships because they can help out in different ways. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you need to have family that can help you and do that and stuff like that. So
Exactly.
I just want to highlight those things because the people need to understand that that's important for success.
Yeah.
Right.
But I would just say it wasn't as easy. Let's say it's not easy to continue that relationship after a failed business attempt. A lot of people that are failed business partners are no longer friends anymore
Yeah.
because time lost, money lost, energy, moments, blood, sweat, tears. So for us to still be able to have a relationship and a good relationship, still be able to talk, it's a whole nother. It's like a it's almost like a new relationship with them, because it's like I don't talk to them. I try not to talk to them about music. I try to talk to them about life. Hey, how the family, how the kids, how's it? And it's
Right.
easier to speak with them and talk when it's not like, hey man, hey, you need to go promote this. Hey man, why you ain't been talking to no promoter? Why ain't got a show? Why, and it's just like that put that stress and strain on that relationship. And it's like to where you don't want to like, so having that off their shoulders, off my shoulders, it's easy, but a lot, like you say, bro, a lot of people are not able to transition back into a friendship, it break up the family. You know what I mean? Every time when people don't make it together, it's like, oh, especially when one person keep going and the other people not.
Yeah.
It just breed a lot of hate, a lot of negative energy, to say the least.
Mm-hmm. I feel you on that one. Um, so you do have a new song out, right?
Oh yeah,
New Man.
yeah. So I did it. I did that with shout out to the producer colleagues. He's a well accoladed producer,
I was about to
well
say,
known.
yeah.
He does stuff he did stuff with everyone. Nipsey, Freddie Gibbs,
Mhm.
a lot of R&B artists. I don't want to miss anyone. So he has a well known catalog. And he's a Florida boy. So he reached out to me, bro. And he had this concept for the new man, and I like the beat. And he's like, "Hey man, we should make a song about a girl getting a new man." And we actually have never met yet, like in person in the studio. So it's more like internet, like emailing and stuff. So yeah,
The
that
new
was
normal.
yeah, the new normal, right? We talk and text like we know each other already, but we never formally have been in the same room. But that don't matter these days, So with that being said, just the song "New Man" is about the ladies being able to break free of the chain, get out of your situation you don't want to be in, and continue your life with a new man if you want a new man. So it's really a fun up tempo beat that I found like was easy for me to put some words and catchy things too. So I really appreciate you highlighting that for me, man, because a lot of good reviews have been coming from these ladies, and the DJs mostly have been picking it up in some mixed shows and stuff. So just I always I tell myself this first, and then I tell everyone else, like, once you put out a record, that's when the real work begin. Everything else is just like preliminary work. It's just like it's almost like when the baby in the stomach, then the baby come out, then you gotta raise this child. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta put the baby in the positions to be successful in the right people's hands. So it's a lot of work. So but I got some plans and some videos and stuff coming for it. So just working the record.
Nice. Well,
Nice.
what's like one of your favorite lines from the song that you can spit for us right now?
It's a right off the top. I say, you ain't qualified, you ain't verified. His favorite line was, "I'm not them other guys. You full of lies. You do wasting shorty time. I'm the one. Hey, fuck the two. Shit, I'm the choice, baby. If you want to choose, you got your baby. Come and get it loose." You know what I'm saying? So I ain't lying to you, baby. I'm the truth.
Yeah.
Hey, then the hook real simple. Shawty tired of the same old shit. Shawty tired of that lame ass dick. You was a flame, not a flame, ain't lit. Now she looking for a first round pick. Oh, and then it's like a little bridge. I like this one. The ladies really like the part. It's a bridge right after the first verse, and it just come back in after the hook. It say, "Girl, do it," and I feel like it repeated like, "Girl, do it, girl, do it, girl, do it." So it's like it's a little bridge. It bounces back and forth, but it's like when I was recording, I'm like, man, it's gonna be somebody listening to this that don't know if they should do it, and it's like. It's like anybody on the edge, if you hear that, like, hey, bro, if your girl mad at you, don't play that song, bro. She gonna do it. Don't do it. You get me? So that right
Makes me
there, yeah, exactly. Exactly. So ladies, be careful if you need a new man, that song will push you to a new man. So that's a piece of it. But I feel like everybody is going through a transition, and that's just a part of people's transition. So it's a relatable song. And then it was so easy. I mean, I don't want to act like it's just simple, but it was very easy to make, something that I
you
did.
spilled it.
Yeah, it spilled that thing. Yeah, I spilled it. I mean, that's so raw. I'm glad I never came up. I swear, I didn't have it written down. I don't have that I never got that from somebody. That was fresh from this talk,
Yeah.
spilling. What did I say? Hold on. Spilling lyrics, not pouring them. Because you got to pick up the pour. You got to pull it out. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
That's fine. But no, that's part of it. The ladies definitely I'm ready to see where they take it, because it's theirs now. That ain't mine. I gave it to them, so we'll see where they take it.
For sure. So what so it's almost like a two-part question. Like, what are your plans as far as like marketing this song? And then like what advice do you give others like that you learned from marketing to make your music return on a profit?
Okay. So first is I promote it with no budget. Okay, that sounds weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times this is probably an abstract view, but I would say I want to see if this record is getting anything without me spending money first. I want to see if the DJs like it. I want to see if I don't know, the 10 girls on my Instagram that always posting twerk videos want to dance to it. You know what I mean? It's just like the people around you are your consumers. So you got to get it to consumers. For every time, a company comes up with a new product, there's product testing. So the first couple weeks, even the first month, maybe, is a product test for me. I like to test the product with the people. Um, and that now it's free promo as far as free promo, but it's more like peer to peer, you know what I'm saying? Word of mouth promo. So it's like, how far can I get this without spending any money? And sometimes you'll be amazed of like, you'll show yourself like, oh yeah, you need to put some money behind this because they're gravitating to it. So it's like people like it already. So it's like you got a little flame started. Let's put some gas on it. Let's get it to where it can. If you show it to 100 people and 25 people like it, if you show it to 1,000,000 people, 250,000 people could like it. So it's just like a numbers game now. How many people can I get it in front of? How many people can I show? So you want to talk to it's I hate to describe marketing like this, but it's cliche because everyone has to do almost this different it's a different product, but everybody has to do almost the same thing. You got to get it in front of people. You got to have some kind of person that's a trusted source, whether it be like you and your platform, you know what I'm saying, you bringing me on here and all the people that you listen to and you check you out, you know what I'm saying, they were like, oh, well, bruh got him on the show, I'm gonna check him out, and you are basically putting a cosign on what we do. And like just same thing with me sharing you, it's a hand to hand kind of thing. So those things help. But after I do some I guess peer marketing, that's when I would add, visuals. And I'm also at the same time, I'm also pretty swift with my phone. So I'm able to make lyric videos or make little promo clips and like just ads, these days you can make reels and everything, add music to your video right there in your app and promote it there. So really just hitting up all the people I know who are influencers and saying, hey, new music, check it out. I don't ask them to post it yet. I don't ask them, like I'm talking to choreographers, some people who do dance with a lot of good dancers. So I'm just, since it's that type of record, right? It's an up tempo dance record. So I'm like, okay, let's get it to that market. If it was a different type of record, I wouldn't even approach those type people. So it's more so like having a target in mind. Because if instead of shooting in the dark, and also I used to do a lot of like when I put out a project, it'll have every kind of record on it, bro. And that's not the move. You feel me? Like I put out a project and I would try to please everybody, and that never works for me. It could work for somebody, but I would put a club record on there, put a record for the ladies, like put a record for the felt like get money, like put a like all these different types of records, and then wonder why nothing would catch, because it would be like so like I feel like it's like everywhere. But as soon as I did the wet tape, and I had one target. I'm like, the ladies is my target. 70% of my fans are women, 30% are men. So I don't market to the men anymore. I don't really care what the men like. They not my customers. They're not my people. So even with myself, I had to learn that with like my stuff, like what I'm thinking of, my merchandise. I was trying to sell stuff for guys. I'm a guy, so I'm like, yeah, I know my fella. No, I gotta sell lady stuff. I gotta sell like all the stuff ladies want, because you look on my page, it's like 70% of the ladies is gonna be there. So why would I put stuff up? Maybe if it's for their guys, but if it's for them, it's gonna be easier to get an exchange. So just doing that, learning that, and then like I say, with that one target, I'm able to pull a sniper out and hit them with the sniper instead of a machine gun and spraying everywhere trying to hit a target. So it's just those type of things play the process. But spending your money in 2022 in the right place is the hardest thing to do for me, and the hardest thing to advise, like where to tell someone to spend their money, as far as marketing. Because you got everybody and their mama, now they got a playlist, now they trying to be a curator. A lot of times back in the day we'll have to pay DJs, but now you end up paying a curator to get on their playlist.
Right.
So that's a different type of hustle, becoming a curator for people. And I've learned that curators, it's like half and half. Almost all of the major playlists are owned by record labels or the actual distribute or actual streaming service. Like Spotify own the big ones, Apple Music, they own their own, large playlists. And the other ones are either some people. You got like maybe 25% that are actual people, individuals that just got a big following and put together stuff. So it's like finding those people, and those people aren't available. You're not gonna just find a curator like, hey, unless it's like a scammer, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody like
Yeah.
another thing, like never get on a playlist with too many songs. Like if it got 100 songs on the playlist, you are not gonna get listened to. You're gonna be just sitting on somewhere. It's gonna like, if I go to a loop playlist, I look for artists that I know really, unless it's just a song that catch me off guard that's really nice and to get added. But most of the time, if you have over like 50, honestly, I would like 20, 25 songs is enough on the playlist. But just getting added to the right playlist. But you have to do a whole bunch of reverse engineering and like find out somebody's Facebook page and message them on their Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at all, like DM them all in every place they go, like so that way you can try to get into their circle of, hey, I got the record, I want to show it to you. And it's just like it seems like a scenario that just keep playing and playing over, and then eventually somebody gonna say yes. It's just like a numbers game. You gotta ask enough people, and then once you become popular enough, they gonna ask you. So it's like a game, really. It is literally a game where you play with these people, and it's a lot of relationships that are key to get you to the right ears, I guess.
For sure. Keys.
Yeah.
Major keys. Major keys.
Yeah, these playlists ain't playing, man. It ain't no more. It ain't no more just, hey, like I used to work, like I'm gonna tell you right now, in Tampa, Florida, I have a song on the radio. And I'm gonna tell you the irony in this is so funny to me. I love it now. Thank you. Shout out to 94.1 Wild, Orlando, the program director there, my bro. I did a song for the Buccaneers with Orlando. And I think Jermaine Dupri's artist, LA the GOAT. He's from Tampa. So all three of us, we did a song for the Bucks. Since they're been doing very well. Last year Super Bowl, this year we made a song called Back to Back for them to go back and win.
Yeah.
They play this song every hour, bro.
Wow.
Like every hour. It's a blessing. But the thing and the irony is like I was working so hard back when we was in like younger to try to be on the radio and be in the road. Like I got in the mix show. The mix show, you know, where the DJ's in the club where the DJ will play you and then, you know, keep going. But like being in the real rotation, I was trying so hard. I'll never forget, like I had my fans texting. They were like, text in the song you want to hear. My fans was texting so much that they told them, hey, sorry guys, it's not gonna make the cut. It's not in the rotation. So you gotta pick a song it's in the rotation. I'm like, what? Like that shit broke my heart, bro. But now I'm in rotation. But I don't even live in Florida to hear myself on the radio. Like I don't even be there. I like it's a lot of, I would just say it's a lot of irony in that, because it's like I work and then it's a football song. It ain't even like one of my songs like that I was, but I appreciate it and it puts me in people's, you know, minds, and it's helped me with a lot of stuff. And it's really dope to be even on the radio. So, but now I would say radio marketing is probably fourth or fifth on the list of importance. Now that's different. It fluctuates, but it's like radio, touring. Like, but with the shift in our industry, radio is not the say all be all. You know, it's like it's just a peak. Like, how many people do not listen to the radio now? I would love to see how many people don't even listen to it. I don't. I listen to my phone. Like I control my playlist without no commercials, no, you know what I'm saying? That's better for everything. And it's like I don't understand. Like so I'm excited to see where radio goes. Cause I don't want to say that it's a dying thing, but it's gonna be there. It's gonna always be there because it's just like a source of information and a thing that they can control. And it's and the thing is, but like people are not spending the same amount of money on radio that they are on social media ads. Like instead of me putting my ad in between the radio songs, now I'm just gonna go target your Facebook and social media marketing and go directly to the consumer instead of me going to the radio hoping you hear it.
Right.
You know? So that's a definitely. So it's like the radio industry is losing a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where it'll be, but I just know it's gonna have to. The radio industry is basically getting killed two ways. It's getting killed because marketing is going to social media, and then podcasts are taking over radio.
Oh.
Like everybody's a podcaster. Everybody is able to. I know everybody's able to. You know, not to say that it's good though. Like it's a way it's our way of evolving, because like before we didn't have this kind of technology, this kind of equipment to do this in our homes. We had to broadcast, have a big tower, have like all kind of fiber optic crazy stuff just to be able to do it. So now we able to I'm sitting in my office, y'all sitting at the crib, we all sitting, it's easy to do. So the easier, the more just like record, like for instance, when home recording came out, the major studios thought it was going to kill the whole music industry. They thought that there would never be no more major studios. They thought everyone would start recording. It's like that though. But the thing is like the quality is like people still have to use, you know, some sort of it. So people use it. It's a accessibility.
Yeah.
Sure, for sure. So you say you're not in Florida anymore. Where are you at now?
Oh man, I'm at my studio, man. My undisclosed location studio. I'll tell you where it's at. But no, I have a spot in Atlanta that I'm working on, and then different. Honestly, I was just in Dayton, Ohio. That's different. I know that's different, but I met a lot of good people in Ohio, so I've been working out here and doing my thing. There was probably like it's probably like 6 or 7 studios in Atlanta that I really like to use, depending on who. Man, I ain't gonna lie, everybody record in Atlanta, so it's like you got to find something that's not booked out, not every. Like first time I recorded in what's it called, Patchwork. They moved me. I was in the studio. I'm like, damn, this shit nice. And they came in, the little engine, not the engineer, but the person, the front desk guy. He's like, hey, is it okay if we move you to Studio C? I know you paid for this, but we'll give you an extra hour. But Waka Flocka's here, and this is his studio. Yeah, like okay, I ain't tripping. Shit, I'm trying to walk out, go to the bathroom, and bump in the hall with Walker. Like, what's up? But nah, it's just stuff like that. But
Yeah.
The studios and everything evolving. Like you still gotta have quality, So it's
Right.
a lot of quantity, but
Yeah,
having
like
quality still cut through.
yeah, like home recording is great for cutting your demo, you know.
Yup.
And maybe if you're on a tight budget, like make a good great quality EP, but like the next level would be to cut it in a nice
Yeah.
recording studio.
Yeah, but a lot of people, they don't. I feel like quality is lacking in the industry now because it's so easy to put it out, and like if you got to think about it, us music people care,
Yeah.
consumers don't care. Like they don't care if it sound like distorted, the bass don't sound. Think about how many artists have put out distorted, messed up sounding records, and they have went and everybody fought with it. Like especially with TikTok and Reels, like those sound,
Yeah.
they're not even professional sound clips. They're not mixed. They're taking clips from the, people's iPhone videos, editing them into a session or mixing it. They put a little reverb on it, put a little echo. And you know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with it now because it works.
Right.
But it's like the quality is not where back in the day, like when they recorded, like it was on them tapes, like and the reverb. I've been to this studio, they had old equipment, and the reverb machine was a real box where you like reverb, the frequency goes in, and like it's weird. Like it's crazy how they used to do the 8 tracks and stuff like that. So you would have to really perform the whole song. Like the band nobody could mess up. Like everybody got to be perfect for that whole recording. So that make the music quality different for me. But now it's like everybody, I don't rap. Excuse me, they were like, I don't write. I just go in there and rap. Like basically you just punch in. That's what you do, bro. Just punch in. You got enough time in the studio, and you be like, nah, don't do that. All right, delete that. All right, let me try something. And you just punch in. It ain't that you just like going off. It's one take going off the top sometimes, but you know what I'm saying. You feel what I'm saying, bro.
I know what you're saying. For
I
sure.
don't write.
So just to end it off, I just have a few rapid fire questions, right? I'm gonna give you like choices of artists. I'm gonna give you 2 names, and you just let me know who you pick out of the names I throw at you, okay?
All right.
Let's get it. Lil Wayne or Drake?
Wayne. There's no Drake without Wayne. Sorry.
Eminem or Kendrick Lamar?
Kendrick.
Yeah.
Future or Kodak Black?
Oh man. I'm gonna say damn, that's hard. I mean, them 2 different. Ooh. I'm a Florida boy, so Yak. I fool with Yak, but Future. I'm gonna go with Future on that. Future that's not to say Yak won't beat up, but I think Future that's elite, you know what I'm saying, and what he is.
Gotcha. Kevin Gates or Rick Ross?
Ross all day.
Jay-Z or Nas?
Oh my God. I'm gonna have to go. Can you do that's a harder one. That's harder than Yak.
It's like Brooklyn or Queens, you know.
Well, if you break it down like that, let's go with Brooklyn.
Oh, my Queen's heart. Oh.
I gotta, shout out to Brooklyn. I know
Shout out to Brooklyn.
Queen, sorry, Queen.
Love you, Queen. Hey,
shout out to Queens.
That's crazy, man. But I be in Brooklyn more. I be over there, man.
For real. Meg Thee Stallion or Cardi B?
Oh, that's weird. I'm trying to think, like, I don't want to, like, so it's so many things, like, which one, like, on rapping, right? Not on looks, right?
Yeah, all right, now we want to know both. Who got it on rap? Who got it on
Dang, I really not attracted to either of them.
Oh, okay.
I really just seeing, not to say they not fine, they beautiful ladies, but they just not my, I wouldn't go for them. I wouldn't be like on them, you know what I'm saying? I would, not to say I'm not a man, you know, but I'm a man first.
They come at you.
Hey, if they own me, I'm just saying, but no, I would say music wise, I think not to say too much about the other person, but Meg do her thing with some ball. She be rapping her ass off.
Yeah. I agree.
It seemed, yeah. I'll go with Meg.
Got you. And then, last question, because we know you got a large women audience, so I know they want to know, is Leegit single or what's going on?
Oh man. No, man, you know, it's 2022, man, and I'm being a good man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a hoe no more. Stop being a hoe.
He's a recovered hoe.
Yeah, exactly. I just got out of recovery, honestly. Yeah, I got the I see you. That's what the text message said. I see you. Yeah. But nah, I would say I'm happily occupied.
Nice, nice,
There you
nice.
go. Occupied. I'm definitely I got a good woman. I got a nice lady that support me and beautiful inside and out. So I shout out to her. Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
Hey,
I
hey,
might have
hey,
to
document what I just did, bro. Document that shit. I ain't never shouted out I got a girl on the pot ever did it.
Word, word.
That's different. That's different, bro.
For real. That's how you know you recovered.
That's how you know that you're trying not to be a hoe.
Yes, yes. I might have
Oh,
to get y'all my couples game. I got a couples game too. So
oh
I
shit.
have to get
Hey,
y'all on there.
that'll be good. That'll be good, man. Hey, whatever clip y'all use, don't use that last clip. The last one about me saying I got a girl, man. Don't let that be the intro promo to grab the audience. Like, let's do it, man. Like,
Promo.
that one, yeah, I got a girl. New podcast coming in.
I got you.
That'd be funny.
I got you. But now, it's truly, it's truly a blessing having you on this platform.
Thanks, man.
I know you're gonna inspire a lot of people. You dropped a lot of keys and jewels.
Yeah.
Thank you guys, man. I'm glad I could help. That's all.
Thank you.
We're definitely looking forward to new music, the videos. You said the next up will be the New Man music video, right? Coming out.
New man, we working it. We in our organic mode right now, so we're
Okay.
gonna work about a month and then continue. It'll be a lot of fan videos right now. Just working on getting the fans to make videos for that. But long story short, too, that whole the EP, excuse me, it's the EP, but the 3-song movie, the mini movie, coming. So
Looking
I got
forward to
half
that.
of it. It'll be nice. It's to briefly speak about it. It's about it's like a life situation to where I was working the job, like I said, got fired from the job, and then I just said, "Fuck it, let me do my pat, let me do this and see what I can do." And it's kind of like that mindset, and then have some people helping me in the video and like going and different people talking. Some people talking shit, some people saying, "Hey, you could do it, man." So it's like a life scenario, man. So
Yeah.
you got me excited to finish it, so I can show you, man. So definitely.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, let also before you go, let them know the website and social media where they can follow you.
Of course, man. Please follow me at Leegit Live. That's LeeGitLive. If you're lost, you know where to follow me. The website is leegitlive.com. Same spelling. Log on, check us out. All the updated videos, all of the music, everything you need to know, a good bio, good pictures. Check us out. Definitely. Love, peace, and light. You know what it is.
For sure, for sure. I can follow me at the real K to Don as always, ktodon.com and Natica.
And you can follow me on what is it? Instagram, TikTok, all the social media platforms at Natica Music, Natica Music, and my website is naticamusic.com. So I'm around.
Yeah.
Hey, Kwame, tell them that time that we battle rap. Didn't we battle rap before?
Oh, we did. Oh my God.
I don't remember what happened. I just remember what we did. I don't know if we was at the movie theater or we was outside. So
I think we was like at the school.
At the bowling alley?
Man, yeah, we was at Lakeland High School, but like it was closed.
Oh,
I don't know. I know Fred G kind of set it up for us, but yeah, we
Fred G. Talk about Fred G. Hold on.
Shout out Fred G and Dooley. But,
wow.
Yo, I'm glad you. So since you brought that up, right? So how it actually started, right? Because I was just focused on battle rapping, and then everybody was talking about Leegit. You know what I mean? Like, yo, he's the fire rapper. He's the one you got to see. And then Leegit's like, I'll take anybody in the battle. So I was like, I gotta go see him.
Hey, that was funny, bro. I don't know why. We thought we was fucking real deal. Oh my God.
But really, we had bad people trying to set that up. Like we was.
I don't remember. I think it happened, but I don't remember like whatever. Like I don't remember saying a word. I don't remember no lines, no bar, nothing. I just remember it. Feel like
I know you said something about me like the Statue of Liberty because you know I'm from New York. So
how you remember this, man?
No, definitely had a good one. That was one
You got me though. I think you had some. You hit me with some lines though. I don't even remember saying what you said.
Yeah, I might have kind of got the battle, but I mean, it was definitely a classic. And
so you gonna opportunity. You gonna give me the L on the Love podcast? Damn.
I mean, you know,
I'll take it.
I'll take the L. You win it, man. You're successful. We all win it. So
exactly. So you got to take L's to make W's. Take L's to make W's. Yeah.
But no, that was classic, and you know, and then honestly, I just had to go see him because everyone's like, Lee's the man. You know what I mean? So that's why I was just. But I remember that Statue of Liberty bar. I was like, okay.
I remember the Fred Gito, man. Fred getting us right. You know, I don't think I would have met you without knowing Fred like that so quick. You know, we probably would have ran across each other, but it would have. I don't even remember. How did you know Fred?
Yo, so that's crazy because we basically in Lakeland, right? We had our own teams, right? I had my team. We was the agency back then, and you had like Don Boys, right?
Yeah, we was Don Boys.
So I had Duel a part of my team, and his brother Fred G was a part of your team. So that's kind of like how it got, you know.
Dang, okay, that makes so much more sense. But honestly, back then, I don't know if I realized all that shit. I remember like y'all was who was all in the agency? It was quite a few of y'all though.
Yeah, we had so you're gonna get me in trouble for not remembering everybody because it changed.
No, don't even.
It was Brooks and Duel, but there was other people. Shout out everyone, you know.
Yeah.
Core was Brooks and Duel.
Got you.
Yeah,
nah, that's fine, bro. But nah, I'm glad we could reminisce on that and bring it back full circle. That's cool.
Yeah, facts, man. And like I said, I'm super proud of your growth, bro. It's inspiring. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm glad to be on your show, bro. How about that? So you guys did a great job. And shout out to Natica for helping us out with the great questions.
Of course, it's my pleasure.
Oh, you made it this far, guys. Y'all should definitely be subscribed and comment and notification, all that. Why hate when you can love first? It's the Love First podcast. What up, everyone? If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that notification bell for the latest podcasts, music videos, and comedy skits. We got a lot more content coming your way.
We here all day, baby. Yeah. Drop the chair, baby.
We gotta show love first like a podcast.